Welcome to a full hour of fun facts, things you did not know, and facts that will blow your mind. Before starting, I ask you something very simple, like the video, subscribe to Zarpado, and turn on the notification bell so you do not miss any fun facts. Let's begin right now. In 1975, Steven Sasson from Kodak invented the first digital camera. It weighed more than 7.7 pounds recorded on cassette tape and had 0.01 megapixels. It took 23 seconds to store a photo. Kodak did not bet on digital, fearing it would affect its film business. Years later, digital photography dominated the market. The prototype is in the Smithsonian Institution as a symbol of an advancement that changed everything. Simone Biles created a vault so complex that it officially carries her name. She performed it for the first time at the World Championship in Antwerp in 2023. It consists of a double backflip with double twist, something only she has achieved in competition. Due to its extreme difficulty, it receives the highest possible score in its category. Biles continues to constantly push the limits of what was believed to be humanly possible in gymnastics. In the depths of the ocean, there lives a fish covered in filaments that mimic the movement of water, making it almost invisible. It has an appendage on its head that glows like a small lantern and uses it as bait to attract other fish. When a victim approaches it, swallows it in a fraction of a second. This fish looks like something from an underwater horror movie, but it is a real part of the most mysterious ecosystem on the planet, the deep sea. And there is a robot shaped like a dog that climbs stairs on its own. It is quadrupedal with three-dimensional sensors that analyze terrain in real time. It walks like an animal, avoids obstacles, and maintains balance even when pushed. It has no head or eyes, but gives the impression of having a life of its own. It is used in security and exploration of dangerous terrain, leaving everyone amazed when they see it walking down the street. The Cobra maneuver is an aerial technique where an aircraft suddenly rises vertically, almost stopping in mid-flight. It allows evading missiles or changing direction quickly. It requires extreme control and highly trained pilots. Although it looks like an exhibition stunt, it has real combat applications. Watching it in action is like seeing a bird stop in the air and change direction with almost impossible elegance. An artist turns his hand into optical illusions using only paint. He paints with such detail that his fingers disappear, transforming into animals or impossible objects. He uses shadows, textures, and colors to trick the eye. Sometimes it looks like his hand is a three-dimensional puppet. He does everything in real time without stencils or effects, only paint and technique. People stare, trying to understand how he does it. In Japan, square watermelons are grown using special molds during their growth. They do not aim to change the taste, but to make storage and transport easier in limited spaces. Their price is high, and many are bought as luxury gifts or decoration. Some are not even eaten because they are harvested before ripening. It is an example of Japanese ingenuity to combine functionality, aesthetics, and tradition in everyday products. There is a portable printer that prints directly onto food instantly. It connects by Bluetooth and works fast, ideal for events and food businesses that want to decorate products with custom images or text. Imagine customizing a cookie in seconds with your brand logo or a special message. It opens a world of possibilities for presentation and real-time food marketing. There is a compact drone with only two propellers in a V shape that weighs 0.55 pounds and fits in the palm of your hand. It is quiet, foldable, and so light that in many countries you do not need a license to fly it. You control it from your phone and record spectacular views without bothering anyone. Its shape sets it apart from classic drones and grabs everyone's attention. Perfect for beginners or to take on trips. In South Korea, a robotic exoskeleton was developed that allows people in wheelchairs to stand up and walk without human help. It combines robotics and medicine to restore mobility and autonomy. It fits the body and moves the legs with simple commands. It represents a major step toward inclusion and improving quality of life, showing how innovation can transform lives in a direct and powerful way. In Yunnan province in China, there's a festival where people paint their faces with black ash to attract good luck and drive away evil spirits. It is an ancient tradition of the Ani people. Thousands of people walk through the streets with blackened faces among music, food, and dances. The ash comes from burned branches and is applied in groups as an act of community unity. There are no costumes or masks. It is ancestral spiritual protection. A cyclist got on a mountain bike and crossed a slack line suspended at 8,858 feet in the French Alps. Every movement had to be calculated because the smallest mistake meant a brutal fall. He trained for months and used a safety harness, but the risk was very real. The feat was recorded and published, becoming one of the craziest extreme challenges in the world of balance. Robert Lang was a physicist at NASA, but left his career to dedicate himself to origami. He discovered that its mathematical principles solve engineering problems such as deploying solar panels on satellites. He has worked with space telescopes and airbags. And his combination of science and art inspired engineers and artists worldwide. His story shows that the most unusual passions can change the world when applied with intelligence and creativity. There is a pen that not only writes, but also calms nerves. It has magnets and spinning parts perfect for endless meetings or when you are stuck. You touch it, spin it, play with it, and without noticing, you focus more. It also writes with smooth ink, so you can take notes without tiring your hand. It is like a spinner, but more useful and elegant, ideal for people who cannot stay still for a second. A photographer creates miniature scenes that look like magical worlds using tiny figures and everyday objects like pencils or fruit. In one scene, a tomato is a lava cave, in another, a sponge is a snowy hill. Each photograph is a story captured in just a few inches. His art mixes the ordinary with the fantastic, showing that with creativity, the simplest things can become extraordinary. The magic is always in the details. A new software approved by the FDA turns medical images into three-dimensional holograms to help surgeons during operations. It takes CT scans and MRIs and transforms them into floating figures that can be rotated and analyzed from any angle. Doctors visualize organs and tissues before operating, improving precision and reducing errors. It is a futuristic advancement that is already real and is revolutionizing modern medicine. There is an amazing fish whose skin is covered with cells called iridocytes that act like tiny mirrors reflecting light. Thanks to them, it can change color depending on its environment or mood, either to camouflage or communicate. Some species produce bright flashes to confuse predators or attract mates. Science studies these fish to develop clothing screens and materials that change color, showing that nature continues to inspire future technology. Bicycle seats divided into two moving parts adjust to the natural movement of the legs. Each side moves independently, synchronizing with every pedal stroke, avoiding pressure points and improving circulation during long rides. They reduce friction and overheating. They are ideal for urban cyclists or long-distance routes. This extra comfort is becoming popular among those who want to take care of their posture while riding a bicycle. In Denmark, the Lego house looks like it is made of giant stacked blocks. Inside, there are interactive rooms to build, play, and experiment with creativity. Exhibits about the history of Lego areas to create cities with millions of bricks and a rooftop terrace with panoramic views. It is a tribute to imagination and design a place where adults and children unleash their creativity like never before. A true paradise for fans of these pieces. There is a digital pen that reads printed text just by passing over it and translates it in real time into more than 50 languages. It also records voice, acts as a dictionary, and stores important phrases. It is ideal for students, travelers, or people with dyslexia. It has a small screen and intuitive controls. It scans any document or sign and gives you the meaning instantly. It is like having a personal translator in your pocket. Well, there is a military aircraft called C-5M Super Galaxy that can carry up to 127 tons. It is not only impressive because of its size, but also because of all the technology it carries. It can fly huge distances without refueling. It transports everything from heavy equipment to humanitarian aid in complex missions with incredible precision. It is a true flying titan designed to overcome any challenge in the air. In Poland, there is a town called Sulosowa, where about 6,000 people live along a single road that is 5.6 miles long. It has no urban center or squares. Houses, shops, and churches are lined up like an endless avenue. This design is due to historical reasons from the 19th century. Neighbors walk ride bikes or take minibuses to get around. Although it seems strange, it works perfectly as a uniquely organized community. Built in 1395, the Gyeongbokgung Palace is one of the most important treasures of South Korea. It was the seat of the Joseon dynasty, and although it was destroyed several times by invasions, it has been restored with great precision. Its pavilions, gardens, and lakes reflect a balance between nature and Korean architecture. Today, visitors watch the changing of the guard and learn about the rich history of the country. There is an automatic fish feeder that releases food at a scheduled time every day. You choose the amount, schedule, and type of food. It works with electricity, and some models have touchscreens. It is perfect if you travel or want a stable routine for your fish. Some connect to your phone through Wi-Fi for real-time adjustments. This way, you prevent them from going hungry and keep water quality under control. A barber does not just cut hair, he turns it into art. With the strands that fall, he creates portraits of famous people, arranging each piece like brush strokes. With patience, he achieves impressive shadows and details, all on a flat surface, without glue or special tools. The final image looks like a photograph made from human hair. And the curious part is that the art does not last long, because once he takes the picture, he sweeps it all away, and it disappears forever. A phone that folds and turns into a bracelet is already real. It has a 6.9-inch flexible screen and can be worn like a watch around the wrist. It also works in vertical position as a stand or completely flat as a regular phone. It has batteries distributed throughout the body and an artificial intelligence that adapts the interface colors to your outfit. Functionality, design, and technology combined in one device. A device called Airing Mask works as a portable air purifier. It creates a bubble of clean air around your head using N95 filters and activated carbon without needing a mask or anything covering your face. You can walk through the city as if you had your own ventilation system, and the battery lasts 8 hours. It is ideal if you have allergies or live in highly polluted areas. Futuristic technology designed for your well-being. In Finland, there is a strange but fun sport called mobile phone throwing. The goal is to throw them as far as possible. There are official competitions with rules, categories, and world champions. Distance and style are judged. It also promotes recycling, since some people use decorated old phones. It is a unique way to release stress and have fun. If you have an old phone now, you know what to do with it. There is a spiral candle that burns in 2 stages. First, you light an outer cotton wick that spins, melting the wax. When it finishes, it goes out on its own. Then you light the inner wooden wick, and a second phase begins with a warmer, softer light. It is like having 2 candles in one. First a decorative spiral, and then a calm flame to set the mood. Everything is designed to enjoy every moment to the fullest. Airline pilots eat different meals from each other as a safety protocol to prevent both from getting food poisoning from the same dish. They use special tables in the cockpit without interfering with the controls and curtains to avoid reflections on the instruments. Everything is designed so that even while eating, they are ready to act. Flying an aircraft is a huge responsibility, even during mealtime. In Kentucky, United States, there is a museum with a full-scale replica of Noah's Ark, according to biblical measurements. It measures more than 492 feet long and is made of wood. Inside, there are interactive exhibits about animal life feeding and the challenges of the flood. And there are also human figures and visual projections. This museum aims to combine history of religion and science, offering an impactful experience for believers and tourists. A Japanese artist creates hyper-realistic drawings using only chalk on blackboards. With patience, she transforms dark surfaces into landscapes and portraits that look like photographs. And the most impressive thing is that they are temporary, disappearing with just a swipe of the hand. Her work shows technical skill and a connection to ephemeral art, where beauty lies in its short duration. Each stroke represents a story that comes to life for moments and then fades forever. There is a foldable solar panel inspired by origami that fits in a backpack. It has an output of 25 watts, enough to charge phones, cameras, or tablets. It unfolds like a map and adapts to any surface. It is very lightweight, resists water and heat, and takes up minimal space. It is ideal for camping, beach, or travel. It offers clean energy anywhere, perfect for those looking for portable and sustainable technology. There is a self-cleaning litter box for cats. It has sensors that detect when the cat enters and leaves, and it connects to an app. As soon as the cat finishes, the box collects the waste and stores it in a sealed bag. You only need to empty it every few days. It is spacious for large cats and eliminates strong odors at home. If you have cats, this box can change your life. When someone gets lost in nature, a rescue balloon can save their life. It is a compact device that inflates and rises several feet with LED lights visible day and night. In a prison in Indiana, inmates can adopt cats to live with them in their cells. The goal is to teach responsibility and empathy by caring for a living being. Animal therapy improves behavior and reduces prison violence. Inmates feed clean and play with the cats. Many report feeling less anger and more emotional connection. It is an innovative program that shows the transformative power of animal companionship. Vanilla ice cream remains the most popular in the world despite the huge variety that exists. Its mild flavor pairs with almost everything from warm pies to cold coffee. It originated centuries ago when vanilla was a luxury reserved for royalty. Today, it is a favorite on every continent and even serves as a base to create new flavors. Although it seems simple, it requires a perfect balance of sweetness, creaminess, and natural aroma. The Eshima Ohashi Bridge in Japan looks like an impossible mountain to drive up, but its actual slope is only between 5 and 6%. And the dramatic effect is due to telephoto lenses compressing distances in photos. It was designed tall to allow ships to pass underneath and connects two cities. It is a mix of functionality engineering and optical effect that turned it into an unexpected tourist attraction thanks to a simple photographic illusion. A creative girl built SpongeBob's alarm clock in real life. She used electronic parts, powerful speakers, and a spring system that shakes the entire table. The result is as loud and chaotic as in the series. What is incredible is seeing how something that was only animation became functional, showing that imagination has no limits when combined with engineering skills. A very fun morning torture. In Tanzania, there is a lake called Natron whose waters are so alkaline that they can petrify animals that fall into it. Its pH is close to bleach, and the temperature can exceed 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Birds that accidentally fall in end up hardened like natural statues. However, flamingos have adapted to live there, turning this place into a site where life and death coexist in a fascinating way. In Thailand, the Loy Krathong Festival is celebrated, where people place small decorated boats with flowers, candles, and incense into rivers and canals. They represent offerings to the water goddess. Thousands of lights float gently, creating a hypnotic spectacle. The act symbolizes forgiveness for past mistakes and a wish for good fortune. Lanterns are also released into the sky, intensifying the atmosphere of peace and renewal that defines this beautiful tradition. Parkour is an urban discipline where practitioners overcome obstacles using agile and acrobatic movements with their own bodies. running, jumping, climbing, and sliding while seeking the fastest possible route. It is not just exercise, but a form of expression that challenges the limits of coordination and strength. Watching someone do parkour is hypnotizing because it looks like they defy gravity, using creativity to turn any environment into an adventure course. Red Bull was launched in Austria in 1987, inspired by a Thai drink. It includes caffeine, taurine, and B vitamins. Its slogan became iconic, and it became popular among students and athletes. Beyond the drink, the brand sponsors extreme sports, Formula One teams, and legendary events like the jump from the stratosphere. It does not just sell a product, it sells a bold and energetic lifestyle. Although today, carrots seem inseparable from the color orange, originally they were purple, white, or yellow. It was in the Netherlands during the 17th century where farmers crossed varieties until they obtained the orange tone we know. The reason was to honor the House of Orange, the Dutch royal family. Today, some farmers are bringing back the original varieties, which also have different antioxidant properties. The orange color is not as natural as it seems. In Portugal, there is a fruit whose flavor is an exotic mix between banana, pineapple, and mango. However, it can only be eaten when it is fully ripe. If someone tries the green part, they may suffer severe irritation and even poisoning. That is why those who grow it must be especially careful when harvesting. Despite the risk, its flavor is worth the wait, and those who have tried it describe it as one of the most delicious fruits in the world. Daniel Kordin is a Russian photographer who mixes art, science, and adventure. He does not just look for beautiful landscapes, he studies light, colors, and atmosphere so that each image tells something. He has worked with National Geographic, traveling to remote places to capture scenes that look like another planet. His photos convey emotions and small stories hidden in every corner. On social media, he shares tips inviting people to see the world differently. Pachinko is a popular Japanese gambling game that mixes pinball and slot machines. It is played by launching metal balls into a vertical machine. If they fall into specific zones, you win more balls exchangeable for prizes. The parlors are noisy and bright, an essential part of Japanese urban culture. Despite legal restrictions, this industry moves billions of dollars a year with loyal players who play for fun and habit. Neapolitan pizza was declared intangible cultural heritage of humanity by UNESCO. Its dough only uses flour, water, salt, and yeast, and must ferment at least 8 hours. It is cooked in a wood-fired oven at more than 750 degrees Fahrenheit for less than 90 seconds. The classic versions are margherita and marinara, with a soft texture and airy crust. When eating it in Naples is an authentic cultural experience that represents tradition, history, and Italian passion. In Scotland, there is an airport where planes land directly on the beach. It is Barra Airport, where flights depend on the tide. When night falls, locals light the runway with their vehicles or flashlights. It is one of the few places in the world where flight schedules vary depending on weather and waves. Seeing a plane land between wet sand and golden sunset reflections is something magical. Enrique Olvera is the chef who transformed Mexican cuisine without losing its essence. In his restaurant, he takes traditional dishes and reinvents them with modern techniques while respecting classic flavors. Each dish is a mix of tradition and creativity that celebrates the best of Mexico. His cuisine is not just about taste, but emotion. That is why Olvera is not only famous in Mexico, but recognized worldwide in the culinary world. There is a machine that recreates the experience of a hurricane, generating winds of up to 103 miles per hour. Inside a reinforced glass cabin, people experience the power of extreme winds safely. It is used in science center simulators for rescuers and as a tourist attraction. It also teaches how to protect yourself during natural disasters, a safe and educational way to experience the force of nature. A tattoo artist in Mexico gained worldwide fame creating black and white tattoos with a glitch effect like double vision images. At first glance, they look out of focus, but each line has a deliberate purpose. It requires extreme precision and combines traditional art with modern aesthetics. His tattoos seem to move or vibrate on the skin. It is a permanent optical illusion that turns the body into a living work of art. In Alberta, Canada, Lake Abraham is famous for a natural phenomenon as beautiful as it is dangerous. And during winter, methane bubbles get trapped under the frozen surface, creating layers of white circles visible at different levels. They come from the decomposition of organic matter at the bottom. Although the visual effect is stunning, if the ice breaks and releases that methane, it can be flammable. Even so, thousands of people visit it every year to photograph it. Vehicle crash simulations are essential to improve road safety. They show how cars deform at different speeds and how occupants suffer injuries. At higher speed, the damage multiplies exponentially. Engineers use this data to design cars with structures that absorb impacts and airbags that deploy in milliseconds. These tests have saved thousands of lives and continue to improve with artificial intelligence. In Ecuador, there is the swing at the end of the world, a seat suspended over a cliff, more than 8,530 feet high, facing the Tungurahua volcano. Adventurers swing out into the void with breathtaking views of the valley. The adrenaline and Andean beauty create an unforgettable experience. Although simple in mechanics, it has become famous on social media for the sense of freedom it gives when swinging over the abyss. Originating from the Basque country, Jaialai is one of the fastest sports on the planet. The ball can reach up to 186 miles per hour. Players use a curved basket called a chistera to throw it against a wall at extreme speeds. The required reflexes are impressive, and it has a rich tradition in northern Spain and parts of Latin America. Although not widely known globally, it is truly spectacular. Sumo is the national sport of Japan, with roots of more than 1,000 years. It is deeply linked to Shinto rituals, and each match begins by throwing salt to purify the ring. Wrestlers called rikishi live a life of extreme discipline with rigorous training. For the Japanese, it is not just a sport, but a living tradition that connects the present with their ancestral history. It goes far beyond simple matches between fighters. Spanish artist Sergi Cadenas creates paintings that change expression depending on the angle you view them from. He uses lenticular painting with different images on thin three-dimensional layers. A smiling face turns serious, or a young girl becomes an old woman with just one step. His art is exhibited in galleries worldwide and generates intense emotional reactions. Every step in front of his work reveals a new story hidden between brushstrokes and perspective. There is a futuristic electric tricycle that reaches 31 miles per hour on a single charge and can rotate on its own axis without moving an inch thanks to its zero turning radius. It is ideal for cities with traffic or tight spaces like warehouses. It has a comfortable seat and is very easy to drive. It looks like a golf cart, but with much more style and power. Urban mobility taken to another level. Water jet cutting is a fascinating technology. A jet at extremely high pressure, sometimes mixed with abrasives, can cut steel, stone, and glass with millimeter precision. Unlike other methods, it does not generate heat, preventing the material from deforming. It is used in industry, art, and design, creating complex patterns. It is the power of water turned into a high engineering tool that amazes with its versatility. A robot that feeds, entertains, and live streams your cat while you are not at home. It has an HD camera to monitor it in real time and interactive features so it can play while you're away. It is the perfect mix of care, fun, and peace of mind for cat lovers. Technology now pampers your pet as much as you do, becoming the perfect caretaker when you are out. There is a vest with built-in fans that lowers your body temperature in 1 minute. It is like wearing air conditioning without needing cables. It works with a rechargeable battery and is perfect for people who work outdoors or simply hate extreme summer heat. A portable technology serving comfort, proving that heat no longer has to be endured when innovation offers practical solutions. A musician from New Zealand programmed industrial robots to play real musical instruments. His music video shows machines playing drums, piano bass, and synthesizers with millimeter precision. It is not animation, but real robots synchronized with his music. Every drum hit and every note is performed by mechanical arms. It is a fusion of technology and art that shows music and robotics can work in perfect harmony. There is an eco-friendly building covered with more than 1,000 trees and plants, forming a vertical forest in the middle of the city. It is not only visually impressive, but also fights air pollution, reduces urban heat, and provides habitats for birds. It includes solar energy systems and rainwater collection. It is an example of how cities can be sustainable and green, a true architectural wonder that combines nature and technology. In Thailand, there is one of the most expensive coffees on the planet. It is made from beans that pass through the digestive system of elephants, which partially process them before excreting them. That process transforms the properties of the bean, making it smoother and fruitier. Then they are washed, dried, and roasted like any other coffee. Its high price is due to the extremely slow production, since elephants do not process large quantities per day. An AI-powered chessboard moves the pieces automatically and gives strategic advice. It allows you to play against humans or against AI and interacts through voice commands. It is accessible for people of all ages. This innovative board is an example of the impact of artificial intelligence on traditional games, transforming an ancient experience with modern technology without losing the essence of the game. There is a shirt that lets you feel music without hearing it. It has sensors and vibrators that convert rhythm into vibrations across the chest, back, and arms. It is revolutionary for people with hearing impairments, but musicians and dancers also use it to connect with rhythm in a new way. Imagine feeling a drum solo as a rumble in your stomach or bass vibrating on your back. Music is no longer just heard, it is experienced. The Peel P50, built in the 1960s, is the smallest car in the world. It measures 3 feet 4 inches long and weighs 132 pounds. Its small engine and extremely low consumption made it an urban solution for narrow streets. It was designed to park in tiny spaces. Despite its fragile appearance, it has become a cult object and a highly valued collector piece among car enthusiasts. In Japan, you can find versions of Coca-Cola with flavors ranging from green tea to peach or salted lemon. These special editions surprise both for their taste and their presentation, with decorated bottles that change depending on the season. Some are only available for a limited time or in certain regions. Trying them has become a challenge for collectors and fans of unusual flavors, showing how Japan combines tradition and innovation even in beverages. A Japanese artist paints ultra-realistic scenes on spheres. At first glance, it looks like a 360-degree photograph, but it is pure painting. From portraits to urban landscapes, he captures incredible details on a curved surface, giving it an immersive effect. Every brushstroke is calculated with millimeter precision. The spheres become miniature worlds where perspective changes as you rotate them. It is art, precision, and technique taken to the highest level. In China, a world record was set with more than 8,000 drones flying in sync, creating figures in the sky like animals and animated scenes. Lit with LED lights, they moved in coordination, creating a unique visual experience. The show surpassed the previous record and demonstrated technological progress in entertainment. It captivated thousands of spectators and generated worldwide media attention with a perfect aerial choreography. In the Netherlands, there is Giethoorn, a village without cars where people move through canals and silent boats, or walk along paths with bridges and vegetation. It is called the Venice of the North. The houses have thatched roofs and flower-filled gardens, and everything seems frozen in time. It is very popular among tourists looking for peace and natural beauty, showing that another way of living without stress or noise is completely possible. At the Technical University of Munich, students can slide down giant slides that connect the floors of the building. They are safe, fast, and fun. The idea was to make academic spaces more dynamic and less rigid. Students move between classrooms while having fun. It is a perfect mix of functional architecture and youthful spirit. Imagine finishing a difficult class and leaving by sliding like in an amusement park. In the jungles of Brazil lives a bird called the royal flycatcher, which, although it has a discreet everyday plumage, displays a spectacular fan-shaped crest full of intense colors when it wants to impress. This display is usually seen during courtship, when the male tries to attract the female. It is a fascinating example of how evolution has given some species incredibly striking features. Seeing it in action is like watching a living fan opening in slow motion. A robot created by a Japanese company solves the Rubik Cube in 0.305 seconds. Before you can blink, the cube is already solved. It uses extremely precise sensors and motors so fast they seem like magic. When it analyzes the state, calculates the solution, and moves the pieces as if they were air. It is so optimized that it broke the world record. If you watch the video, it looks like the cube solves itself. In Canada, scientists are developing an invisibility cloak that hides a person in the visible and infrared spectrum. They use metamaterials that manipulate how light behaves when passing through them. Although it is still experimental, it could have military espionage and even medical applications. Science is increasingly resembling magic, turning what was once fantasy from movies and books into a real possibility. There is a 20,000-watt light bulb that turns night into full daylight. It is more powerful than stadium lights and is used in film and shows. Its brightness can temporarily blind, and it requires special cooling systems. And when it is turned on, it transforms any dark environment into a fully visible scene, as if the sun rose a second time. Seeing it in action is like witnessing a mini sun controlled by humans. A young man in a kayak off the coast of Chile was swallowed by a humpback whale and spat out seconds later. Everything was captured on video and went viral. He came out unharmed, although shaken. The whale did not mistake him for food. It was an accident during a feeding maneuver. This case reminds us how powerful and unpredictable marine animals are. Even though it sounds like a story, it was completely real. The sport of curling hides more complexity than it seems. Players sweep the ice in front of the stone to reduce friction and control speed, distance, and curve. Depending on how much and how they sweep, they can completely change the trajectory. And that is why this sport is pure strategy, precision, and coordinated teamwork. Watching it in slow motion makes you understand how technical each play really is. The Wimbledon tournament is the oldest in the world, starting in 1877. All players must wear white without exception, and strawberries with cream are served to attendees. The courts are natural grass, which makes the game faster. British royalty attends every year. Wimbledon is not just a tournament, it is a ceremony of sport where elegance and history meet in every edition. Hawaiian pizza is not from Hawaii. It was invented in Canada in 1962 by Sam Panopoulos, a Greek immigrant with a restaurant in Ontario. He decided to experiment by adding canned pineapple to a traditional pizza, and the result became so popular that it spread worldwide. Although many people are not convinced by the sweet and savory mix, it has become a classic, especially enjoyed in North America. Cuneiform writing was created by the Sumerians and is one of the oldest systems in the world. It was inscribed on clay tablets with a wedge-shaped stylus that left angular marks. It not only recorded transactions and laws, but also allowed the creation of literature and written communication in ancient times. Thinking that it all started with simple marks on clay makes one appreciate the evolution of writing even more. There is a device capable of displaying three-dimensional holograms without special glasses. It uses high-speed fans with LED blades that rotate to project floating images in the air. Users interact through gestures or touch screens. Its applications range from immersive advertising to education and entertainment. It demonstrates that real hologram technology is already within reach, inaugurating a new era where information takes tangible form. In Japan, you can buy gourmet cakes in cans from vending machines. Each can contain layers of sponge cake cream and fruit arranged aesthetically and appetizingly. It is a modern way to combine pastry tradition with Japanese technology. They are available in stations and tourist areas and have become very popular among young people and tourists. The practicality and design make them ideal as gifts or souvenirs. Monaco has the highest population density in the world. In just less than 1.2 square miles, more than 39,000 people live there. It is famous for luxury Formula One Grand Prix and its extremely high standard of living. It has skyscrapers, yachts, and the Monte Carlo Casino. Living there is not for everyone, but it is a fascinating place where space is precious and luxury is felt in every corner of this tiny principality. There is a globe that floats in the air thanks to magnetic levitation. It spins suspended without touching anything and has LED lights that illuminate it at night. It works as an ambient lamp and becomes the center of attention on any desk. You just need to plug it in and place it carefully to levitate. Scientists designed a crystal capable of storing information for billions of years. Created with precision lasers, it could hold all human knowledge. It is resistant to extreme temperatures and physical damage. It was conceived to preserve scientific discoveries and cultural archives in the event of a global disaster. These crystals would act as indestructible time capsules, a universal eternal library, more durable than any known medium. There is a curious sport where soccer is played on bicycles. You can only score with the wheels or your head. It originated more than 100 years ago in Germany and is called radball. Players need incredible balance because everything is done on special bikes without brakes. It is played indoors with fast acrobatic movements. Although not globally popular, it has international tournaments and dedicated teams. The Mesoamerican ball game was one of the first team sports in history practiced by the Maya, Aztec, and Olmec. It was played with a solid rubber ball that had to be hit using hips, elbows, or knees without touching it with hands. Some versions included stone rings through which the ball had to pass. The game had a strong ritual component, and sometimes the losers were sacrificed to the gods. There are capsules designed for sleeping upright, and they are personal booths with ergonomic support that keep you vertical and adjust light, sound, and ventilation for ideal rest. They are intended for offices, airports, and busy areas where lying down is not an option. The interior is soundproof, and some include relaxing sounds. You set the time, lean back, and the system does the rest. You wake up refreshed without having lain down. Max Verstappen became the youngest driver to win a Formula One Grand Prix. He achieved it in Spain in 2016 at just 18 years old in his first race with Red Bull. He beat much more experienced champions with aggressive style and cold blood at the wheel. Since then, he has accumulated multiple championships and records. His story shows that talent combined with opportunity can change everything. And in southern India, there is Kathakali, a millinery theater where artists neither speak nor sing. They tell stories using only gestures, expressions, and exaggerated facial movements. Every motion has a specific meaning, and actors spend hours applying makeup and wearing colorful costumes with enormous headdresses. The stories are mythological and full of emotion. It is not conventional dance or theater, but a cultural fusion that has survived centuries, fascinating those who discover it. The smallest camera in the world measures just 0.65 millimeters smaller than a grain of sand. It was developed for non-invasive medical procedures. It captures detailed images inside the human body with astonishing precision, allowing safer and less painful diagnoses. Its lens sends video in real time to an external screen. It is impressive that something so small can help the medical world so much. For centuries, sailors have used a spinning disc on mooring ropes to prevent rats from climbing onto ships. It spins freely, preventing them from advancing. It is so effective that it is still used on modern ships to protect food equipment and prevent disease. Ingenious, cheap, and functional. It shows that sometimes the best solutions do not require high technology, just a good idea and some practice. A three-dimensional artwork simulates a terrifying abyss on the floor of a public space. From certain angles, it looks like you are about to fall into a deep, infinite hole, but it is an installation of paint and perspective. It went viral with people pretending to fall over the edge. The brain is completely fooled, making it both fun and unsettling at the same time. Modern art that plays with your senses and gives you a scare. The Toyota Corolla is the best-selling car in history. Since 1966, more than 44 million units have been sold in over 150 countries. Its success is due to reliability, low consumption, and affordable maintenance. The design has evolved, but always maintains functionality and efficiency. It is especially popular in Asia, Latin America, and Europe, representing the ideal combination of price, durability, and quality. There is an electric mug that stirs your drink automatically with a button at the base that activates a spiral motor. No need for a spoon or worrying about sugar settling at the bottom. You just pour the liquid, press the button, and it is ready. It is portable, works with battery or USB cable, and many have spill-proof lids. Perfect for work or car use. One turn of a button and your drink is ready. There is a cheese called casu marzu, typical of Sardinia, eaten with live larvae. Fly larvae ferment the cheese, giving it an intense flavor. When ready, it still moves. Tasting it is a gastronomic experience and a challenge for the senses. It is banned in several countries for health reasons, but locals defend it proudly as tradition. It is one of the most extreme cheeses in the world. A Vietnamese engineer designed a boat shaped like a flying saucer. Its circular design gives superior stability even in strong waves. It is made of carbon fiber and runs on electric power. Its shape allows quick turns and better balance. It could revolutionize water transport in tourist areas or turbulent waters. Its futuristic appearance also makes it an attraction on its own. Sony presented a prototype flying car with modern design, electric propulsion, and vertical takeoff like a drone. Although experimental, it aims to facilitate future urban mobility, avoiding traffic jams. It includes windshield displays, navigation sensors, and autopilot. The future of personal transport seems to be in the air, and Sony wants to be part of that technological leap that still seems like science fiction. In 1986 in Ohio, there was an attempt to break a record by releasing 1,500,000 balloons. What seemed like a celebration ended in environmental disaster. The balloons did not rise due to the weather and fell, causing chaos, traffic accidents, flight interruptions, and hampering a rescue on Lake Erie. Since then, it is an example of how good intentions can have unexpected consequences when not properly planned. A smart infuser allows you to create natural fragrances using fresh ingredients. It extracts essential oils from fruits, leaves, or flowers such as lemon, lavender, or mint. It uses no chemicals. You just place the ingredients, choose the mode, and in minutes get a personalized scent. You can use it as an air freshener or to make your home smell better. It is eco-friendly, reusable, and non-polluting. Fragrances made by you at home with no hassle. There is an inflatable platform for practicing yoga on water. It floats and maintains surprising stability while you do poses. It is easy to carry because all parts are inflatable. You can take your practice to lakes, pools, or any body of water, giving a different natural touch. The movement of water makes balance and concentration a fun challenge, completely transforming the experience. There is a transport concept that combines a train and an airplane. Instead of wheels, it has wings and propellers. It floats above the tracks and reaches more than 300 miles per hour, carrying up to 2,000 people. It does not need a runway or airport, only an elevated track. It is like flying without turbulence. It is designed for large cities where the subway cannot keep up. If built, it could completely change how we travel. There is a camera without a lens that still produces images. It uses artificial intelligence together with GPS data to recreate a photo of the exact place and moment. It runs on a Raspberry Pi with image generation models. You tell it where you are and when, and the AI imagines what the location looked like based on millions of references. Everything works with open source code and accessible components. It is literally a camera that sees without seeing. Every year in Paris, the waiter race is held, where participants must cover several miles carrying a tray with glasses, without dropping anything and without running. It started decades ago as a tribute to the skill of waiters and their ability to maintain balance and elegance under pressure. Contestants wear waiter uniforms and demonstrate control and precision while navigating obstacles. It is a display of respect for a profession that requires dexterity. The great hornbill is a majestic Asian bird that can reach more than 3 feet and 5 inches. Its huge curved beak with a casque on top is used to attract mates and amplify its sounds. It lives in tropical forests of Thailand, India, and Malaysia, and despite its size, flies elegantly among the trees. Unfortunately, it is endangered due to hunting and habitat loss, and it is a sacred symbol in several Asian cultures. There is a GPS tracker that works without a SIM card or internet. It uses LoRa technology to send messages and locate people with impressive precision. It is ideal for hikers, cyclists, or anyone venturing beyond signal range. Like a magical beacon that always finds you without relying on networks or coverage. Perfect for those who enjoy nature and want extra safety without connection. The Beilong elevator in China is the tallest outdoor elevator in the world at more than 1,000 feet. This glass elevator climbs a cliff offering spectacular views. It carries over 50 people in less than 2 minutes. From the top, misty mountains look like a fantasy world. It combines vertigo, nature, and technology on a monumental scale that leaves any visitor breathless. LeBron James has an iconic ritual before every game. He throws chalk powder into the air as his personal signature. It serves not only as mental preparation, but also connects with the audience, giving a theatrical touch at the start of the match. The powder flies as flashes capture the moment. It is a symbolic instant, marking his entrance with energy and determination, and eagerly anticipated by fans at every game. A Portuguese priest combines his faith with electronic music, acting as a DJ at religious events. He mixes modern sounds with spiritual messages, creating atmospheres of reflection and celebration. He breaks with the traditional idea of music in church and brings new generations closer to religion creatively. His work is a bridge between the old and the new, showing that spirituality can adapt and connect with different audiences. In 1886, Carl Benz built the first gasoline automobile in history, a 3-wheeled vehicle with a single-cylinder engine that reached about 10 miles per hour. Today, it is in the Mercedes-Benz Museum in Germany. His wife, Bertha, was the first to take a long drive in the car, demonstrating its reliability. This invention marked the beginning of a transport revolution that changed the world forever. The Taj Mahal changes color according to the time of day. At sunrise, it appears pink, at noon bright white, and under the moon it looks silver. But there is a worrying detail. The structure is slowly leaning due to erosion from the nearby Yamuna River. Even so, it remains one of the most magical places on the planet. Many say seeing it in person is an almost spiritual and unforgettable experience. A watch called Lumi Watch has no screen of its own. It projects its entire interface directly onto your skin. A tiny projector turns your arm into a touch screen where you can use gestures to control functions without touching buttons or glass. It is compact, minimalist, and seems like it came from a futuristic movie. Now, you literally use your arm as if it were a tablet, technology that transforms your body into the interface of the future. The Volkswagen commercial. The Force, featuring a child dressed as Darth Vader, became the most viewed Super Bowl ad of 2011. The little boy tries to use the Force to move objects until he starts his father's car without realizing he used the remote. The mix of cuteness, humor, and the Star Wars soundtrack achieved millions of views. It demonstrated the power of nostalgia in advertising. BMW presented a car with paint that changes color using real technology, not vinyl. Segments of the body change tone with the press of a button, going from passion red to elegant gray in an instant. The future of automotive design is no longer painted, it is programmed. It is a demonstration of how technology is transforming even the most aesthetic aspects of the vehicles we drive every day. But there is a castle built inside a mountain in Slovenia. Prajama Castle is embedded in a cliff 403 feet high and holds the Guinness record as the largest cave castle in the world. Its network of secret passages allowed entering and leaving without being detected during sieges. Legend says that the knight Erasmus resisted a siege for months thanks to these tunnels. Believe it or not, there is a language so difficult that researchers thought their recorders were damaged. Hadza is a language spoken by fewer than 1,000 people in Tanzania. It has no writing system and uses click sounds produced with the tongue. When anthropologists heard it for the first time, they thought their recordings had interference when in fact they were normal sounds of the language. Did you know that there is an elevator that can hold 235 people? It is located in the Geo World Center in Mumbai, India, and is one of the largest on the planet. Its capacity was designed to move huge numbers of people in a building that houses thousands of workers daily. It is an example of how engineering adapts to the needs of modern megastructures. There is a fascinating fact in Cambodia. Thousands of Buddha statues watch from a mountain. The project at Wat Phnom Kiri Pagoda aims to reach 84,000 figures, representing the teachings of Buddhist Dharma. Currently, there are more than 20,000 and monks continue adding new ones. To reach the main statue, you must climb 199 steps barefoot. It all began in 2017 with only 4 monks. Get ready for this, the pelican eel has a mouth so enormous that it can swallow prey almost its own size. It lives in the abyssal zone at depths from about 1,640 to 9,843 feet, where sunlight never reaches. Its gigantic jaw works like a flexible net to catch any prey in a place where food is scarce. Its tail emits small flashes of light to attract prey in the darkness. Let me tell you something amazing. The planarian is a worm without a respiratory or circulatory system that could be immortal. It has no eyes, is hermaphroditic, and can regenerate any part of its body that it loses. If you cut it into pieces, each fragment regenerates a complete organism. Scientists study it to understand cellular regeneration, with possible revolutionary applications in human medicine. Curious fact, the modern traffic light exists thanks to Garrett Morgan. He introduced the yellow caution light, allowing vehicles to stop safely before red. The idea came after witnessing a serious accident in Cleveland, and he sold the rights to General Electric for $40,000. Due to the racism of the time, he had to hire white actors to present his inventions. Pay attention to this. There is a spider capable of breathing underwater. The diving bell spider builds an air bubble using the hairs on its abdomen and holds it among aquatic plants like a submerged bell. Inside that bubble, it can breathe, eat, and even reproduce. It is the only known spider that spends its entire life underwater surfacing only to renew its air. This is impressive. All giant pandas in the world legally belong to China. They are not sold but loaned through panda diplomacy with 10-year contracts. Hosting a pair costs around $1 million per year. And if a cub is born, the zoo pays between $400,000 and $600,000 additional. Any cub born abroad must return to China. Something very few people know. This will impress you. The largest picture frame in the world measures 492 feet and is in Dubai. It is located in Zabiel Park and works as an observation deck with panoramic views. From one side, you see modern Dubai with skyscrapers, and from the other, the historical part of the city. Its golden structure has become one of the most photographed tourist spots in the United Arab Emirates. Did you know the frigate bird can fly up to 10 days straight without landing? Males have an inflatable red pouch that they puff up like a balloon to attract a mate. Its huge wingspan allows it to glide effortlessly using wind currents. Its feathers are not waterproof, so it rarely touches water. It can also sleep while flying and steal food from other birds in midair. Can you imagine the Harley-Davidson Blue Edition is worth almost $1.9 million? It was created in 2018 with more than 360 diamonds embedded in gold-plated parts. It has a unique blue paint and an engine with internal lighting. It was not designed for speed, but to impress, being a mix of engineering art and extreme luxury. Did you know that when performing cardiopulmonary resuscitation, you are not bringing someone back to life, but preventing them from dying? Each compression forces blood toward the brain and vital organs. Without oxygen, neurons die in 3 to 5 minutes, causing irreversible damage. Proper CPR can double or triple survival chances. You do not directly save a life, you prevent it from being lost before help arrives. Did you know that Angkor in Cambodia is the largest archaeological area on the planet? It covers more than 154 square miles, filled with temples and canals. Angkor Wat, the largest religious monument in the world, is located there. At its peak, the city may have extended up to 386 square miles, possibly being the largest pre-industrial city in history. Few people know that a woman has spent more than 20 years wearing only green. She calls herself the Lady Green and claims to be happier since adding that color to her life. From clothing to home accessories, everything is green. However, she herself has said that when it stops bringing her satisfaction, she will switch to another shade that makes her feel just as good. It turns out that a powerful Swedish warship sank minutes after setting sail. The Vasa sank on August 10, 1628, after traveling only about 4,266 feet. It had too many cannons on top and too little weight at the base, so a gust of wind was enough to sink it. It remained underwater for more than 300 years until being recovered almost intact in 1961. What few people know is that there is a sport where you play soccer while riding a bicycle. It is called cycle ball, and interestingly, it is not a variation of soccer but of cycling. Players must pedal, keep balance, and hit the ball with the wheels of the bicycle. It requires extraordinary coordination and has official championships in several European countries. You will be surprised to know that the HH-60G Pave Hawk is a helicopter designed to rescue people in combat zones. It can fly at night in storms and under intense fire thanks to its night vision and armor. It is equipped with machine guns and can refuel in the air. The most striking part is that many of its missions are practically suicidal, with a single objective to leave no one behind. Not everyone knows that in India, there are wells that look like inverted labyrinths. The Bowery are hydraulic structures built since the 9th century to store rainwater. Some in Rajasthan reach 13 levels of depth and more than 3,500 steps with symmetrical geometry. Their design ensured there were always stairs to reach the water, no matter how much the level dropped. You may not know it, but the fastest drone in the world reaches about 248 miles per hour. The XLR P3 was able to follow Max Verstappen for a full lap at Silverstone. This technology is revolutionizing sports broadcasts by capturing dynamic and close-up footage. Before, it was impossible to obtain this kind of shots with traditional cameras or conventional helicopters. Did you know that a restaurant in Madrid has been open for almost 300 years without closing? Sobrino de Botín was founded in 1725 and is the oldest continuously operating restaurant in the world. Its oak wood oven has remained lit for almost 3 centuries without going out. Here they cook roast suckling pig and lamb using the same techniques from generations ago. It is hard to believe, but mice fear cats, even if they have never seen one. It is all due to a protein in feline saliva that the mouse detects through its vomeronasal organ. When it senses it, the brain triggers an immediate panic response. The smell alone is enough to trigger instinctive terror, like a biological alarm that makes them flee before the predator appears. You may not know it, but the library of the Abbey of St. Gall in Switzerland is one of the oldest in the world. It houses 170,000 volumes and 2,100 medieval manuscripts, 400 more than 1,000 years old. It was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1983. Its ceilings with frescoes and Baroque moldings make every detail of this historical treasure shine. It may seem unbelievable, but the Prague astronomical clock was put into operation in 1410. It is more than 600 years old and still works, representing the movement of celestial bodies according to the geocentric system. It accurately shows the position of the moon, the sun, and the current time. It is one of the most visited attractions in the Czech capital and an impressive testimony of medieval engineering. You will not believe this, but the cigarette was invented by beggars in Seville. In the 15th century, they collected leftover tobacco that the rich discarded and wrapped it in paper to smoke. Over time, the industry saw the potential to create a cheap and addictive product. That is how the cigarette was born, not as an elegant invention, but as a low-cost solution born from necessity. It sounds like science fiction, but the Natural History Museum in London houses more than 80 million specimens. Among its most famous pieces is Hope, a blue whale skeleton, about 82 feet long, suspended in Hinsa Hall. It preserves collections related to Charles Darwin that are fundamental for the study of evolution. The most surprising thing is that general admission is completely free. Believe it or not, there is a bird that looks permanently angry, like a real-life angry bird. The red-headed barbet lives from Costa Rica to Peru and has a grumpy face due to dense feathers around its eyes. Males stand out for their bright red head that contrasts with their constant frown. Despite its threatening appearance, it is a calm bird that feeds on fruits and insects. This will blow your mind. The most expensive transportation hub in the world cost more than $3.7 billion. The Oculus at the World Trade Center in New York was designed by Santiago Calatrava as a symbol of rebirth after September 11th. Its shapes resemble a bird being released in flight and allow natural light to enter the underground space. It is both a transportation center and a unique architectural work. Here is an incredible fact: a company wants to light up the Earth at night using satellite mirrors. Reflect Orbital is developing satellites with giant mirrors that redirect sunlight from space to specific points on Earth. So they propose an application where you could request sunlight on demand for your location. Their main goal is for solar farms to generate energy even after sunset. There is a fascinating fact: there are fungi capable of turning insects into zombies. Ophiocordyceps infect insects, feed on their tissues, and take control of their nervous system. They force the host to move to an ideal location for the fungus, and once there, they kill it. Then they grow out of the body, releasing new spores to repeat the cycle in a chilling way. Did you know that in Mexico, there is a ritual where men fly tied to ropes from more than 65 feet? The voladores of Papantla practice this pre-Hispanic fertility rite of the Totonac people. One plays a flute at the top while 4 jump into the void, making 13 turns each, adding up to 52, the number of the Mesoamerican calendar. They are recognized as intangible cultural heritage by UNESCO. Get ready for this: the man-wolf is neither a fox nor a wolf, although it looks like one. It is the largest canid in South America, with extremely long legs and reddish fur. It measures more than 3.3 feet in length and about 2.6 feet in height. It is solitary, nocturnal, and omnivorous, feeding on everything from small animals to fruits, living in Brazil, Paraguay, Bolivia, and Argentina. The Stockholm subway is the longest art gallery in the world. More than 68 miles of tunnels have been transformed by more than 150 artists since the 1950s. Murals, sculptures, and mosaics accompany millions of passengers every day. Each station has a different style inspired by nature, Swedish history, or social themes. Pay attention to this. A Brazilian city was designed to flood with the tide. Paraty in Rio de Janeiro has stone streets where seawater enters and cleans them naturally. Its streets are sloped toward the center so water flows without stagnating. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and during full moon tides, the streets turn into rivers of salt water. This is impressive. A garbage truck can exert forces of up to 30,000 pounds when compacting waste. Trash enters through a rear hopper where a blade pushes it into the main compartment, crushing everything. The interior is made of high-strength steel, capable of withstanding enormous pressure. A single truck can reduce the volume of trash up to 5 times, making collection much more efficient. Something very few people know: the emu can run at nearly 31 miles per hour. This flightless bird from Australia exceeds about 5 feet in height. The most curious thing is that the male incubates the eggs and cares for the chicks, going weeks with almost no food. The real danger is not in its beak, but in its powerful legs, whose claws can cause deep cuts. This will impress you. Anesthesia works like a selective shutdown of the nervous system. Local anesthesia blocks nerves in a specific area. Regional works on larger areas and general reduces brain activity until it leaves you unconscious. These substances prevent neurons from communicating with each other. Pain can be generated, but it never reaches the brain to be felt. Can you imagine airplanes fly between about 6.2 and 7.5 miles high for efficiency? At that altitude, the air is thinner, there is less friction, and the plane uses less fuel. Storms and turbulence are avoided, engines work better in cold air, and pilots take advantage of jet streams. If a failure occurs, the extra altitude gives more time to react. Did you know that much of the flavor of whiskey comes from the wood of the barrel? The Speyside Cooperage in Scotland repairs between 350 and 400 barrels every day. Founded in 1947, it is the largest cooperage in the United Kingdom. Barrels are taken apart, charred on the inside, and rebuilt, allowing them to be used for decades. Did you know there is a diver who works inside the drainage system of Mexico City? Julio Cesar Cuamara dives into wastewater to perform repairs that prevent floods that would affect millions. He works with zero visibility in highly dangerous conditions, using sealed equipment and special training. He is considered the only known professional sewer diver in the world. Did you know that dry ice does not melt, but disappears directly into gas? It is made of solid carbon dioxide and goes from solid to gas through sublimation. That is why it produces that striking white smoke without leaving any residue. It is used to preserve food, transport vaccines, clean machinery, and create special effects in film and concerts. Few people know that emperor penguin chicks jump from ice cliffs about 49 feet high to swim for the first time. It is a crucial moment, since that jump determines whether they learn to feed themselves. Scientists consider it one of the most striking behaviors in the animal kingdom. Even the most adorable birds face extreme challenges from a very young age. It turns out that a landing airplane combines 3 systems to brake. Thrust reversers redirect air forward, creating an opposing force. Spoilers rise on the wings, eliminating lift. And carbon brakes with an anti-lock system withstand extreme temperatures without the wheels locking. That is how hundreds of tons are stopped in seconds. What few people know is that Mr. Doodles spent 2 years drawing doodles on every corner of his mansion. The English artist Sam Cox covered walls, ceiling, furniture, and appliances with his doodle art technique. This style emerged from doodles in school notebooks and consists of filling surfaces with small drawings. He transformed his home into an immersive artwork that went viral worldwide. You will be surprised to know that in Asturias, there is a sacred cave suspended above a waterfall. The Holy Cave of Covadonga houses the image of the Virgin, known as the Santina. According to tradition, King Pelayo took refuge here during the battle in the year 722. Below the cave are the 7 spouts, where it is said that whoever drinks from its waters will marry in less than a year. Not everyone knows that mountain goats climb nearly vertical cliffs. Their hooves have hard edges and soft centers that act like natural suction cups. This ability allows them to access places where predators cannot follow them. They are true tightrope walkers of nature and exceptional survivors of the most rugged terrains in the world. You may not know it, but bodybuilder Helmut Strebel reached about 3% body fat. While other bodybuilders achieve that level only for days before competing, Strebel maintained that extreme definition for long periods. He achieved it with strict discipline and uncommon genetics. Experts warn that such low percentages are risky since the body needs fat for hormonal functions. It is hard to believe, but in India, there is a temple with between 4,000 and 5,000 sacred monkeys. The Galtaji Temple in Jaipur is famous for its sacred pools, where devotees perform ritual baths. The water is maintained all year thanks to underground springs. Visitors must watch their belongings because monkeys are known for stealing shiny objects and food. Did you know that Uxmal is one of the most sophisticated Mayan cities? Located south of Merida, it stands out for the Puig style with geometric mosaics and masks of the rain god. The Pyramid of the Magician and the Nun's Quadrangle are masterpieces of Mayan art. It reached its peak between the years 600 and 1000 after Christ. You may not know it, but mechanical calculators from the 1950s required incredible work for a single operation. They worked with gears, levers, and toothed wheels that were manipulated manually. Each calculation involved turning cranks and precise adjustments, with all mechanisms moving in synchronization. They were the foundation of what we now know as modern computers. It may seem unbelievable, but in Mexico City, there is a mural that was designed to be underwater. And the Dolores hydraulic structure in Chapultepec houses the work. The Water Origin of Life by Diego Rivera, inaugurated in 1951. The painting was conceived to remain submerged, integrating art, science, and water. Today, the tank is kept dry to preserve the work. It sounds like science fiction, but the Shanghai Tower measures about 2,073 feet and has 270 wind turbines. It is the second tallest skyscraper in the world, with 128 floors. It has 106 elevators that travel at about 59 feet per second. It combines sustainability and cutting-edge design in one of the most populated cities on the planet. Believe it or not, the tallest observation wheel in the world is about 820 feet high and is in Dubai. It was inaugurated in 2021 on the artificial island Blue Waters. It has cabins for 48 passengers with air conditioning and offers 360-degree views. From the top, you can see skyscrapers, the sea, and the desert in a unique visual experience. This will blow your mind. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge is about 34 miles long. It is the longest sea crossing bridge in the world, inaugurated in 2018. It includes an underwater tunnel of about 4.1 miles to allow ships to pass above. It drastically reduced travel time between these three cities on the southern coast of China. Here is an incredible fact: a tower crane can grow along with the building it constructs. It uses a hydraulic climbing frame that lifts the upper section, creating space for a new segment. The same crane lifts the piece that will make it taller. It is tied to the building to resist wind and can easily exceed about 656 feet in height. There is a fascinating fact: buses have the engine in the rear to use space more efficiently. By removing the front hood, the floor becomes low and flat, making passenger access easier. It generates less noise in the cabin, better traction, and more practical maintenance. This design is key in city buses, where accessibility and efficiency are the priority. Get ready for this: the Seawise Giant was the largest vehicle ever built by humans for 30 years. It reached about 1,504 feet in length. It was the largest, heaviest, and highest capacity ship in the world. Its size was so enormous that it needed miles to come to a complete stop while transporting fuel across the planet. Did you know that blue-banded bees from Australia are completely solitary? They do not form colonies or produce honey. Each female builds her own nest by digging tunnels in the ground independently. Their bright blue stripes make them unmistakable, and they are important pollinators for many Australian plants. Let me tell you something amazing. The Drake Passage is one of the most dangerous places on Earth. It connects South America with Antarctica across about 620 miles of open sea. It has gigantic waves, hurricane-force winds, and freezing temperatures. It is the mandatory route to reach Antarctica by sea, making it a legendary challenge for sailors. In curious fact, in Tokyo, there is a neighborhood dedicated to the anime Captain Tsubasa. The Yotsugi district has statues of the characters' murals and special signage of the series. It is a pilgrimage destination for fans of animated soccer from all over the world. A perfect example of how Japanese pop culture integrates into everyday life in its cities. Pay attention to this: a modern elevator has multiple systems, so it never fails. Automatic brakes if power is lost, mechanical safety gear if it accelerates too much, and multiple cables where each one can support the full weight by itself. Traction elevators use a counterweight that balances the cabin, making everything more efficient. It is designed so that practically nothing can go wrong. This is impressive. There is a flower shaped like a hummingbird. What a Crotalaria Cunninghami is a shrub about 3.3 to 9.8 feet tall, with flowers that look like hummingbirds attached to the stem by the beak. This similarity has no clear evolutionary function and is considered a coincidence of nature. It is one of the most fascinating cases of plant pareidolia on the planet. Something very few people know: the largest Tesla coil in the world is about 39 feet tall and is in New Zealand. It was created for a private sculpture park at Kakanui Point near Auckland. Tesla coils generate high-voltage electricity and produce spectacular electric arcs. This giant version launches impressive lightning into the night sky, mixing science, art, and engineering. This will impress you. In New Zealand, there is a cable-guided floating ferry that is 125 years old. The Tuapika Mouth Ferry still operates today, crossing a river using a cable system. It is a testament to practical engineering that has survived more than a century. It has not needed to be replaced by a conventional bridge and remains functional for the community. Can you believe that the quokka is considered the happiest animal in the world? Its mouth has a natural shape that looks like a constant, friendly smile. They are small marsupials native to Western Australia, mainly from Rottnest Island. They are so photogenic that tourists line up to take selfies with them, turning them into a popular tourist attraction. Can you imagine that in Thailand there is a valley with more than 300 life-size dinosaur statues? On the Nong Nooch tropical garden houses replicas based on scientific details. Walking among these figures gives the feeling of going back millions of years. The park also has botanical gardens and cultural shows, making it a complete tourist destination. Did you know that the Caracoles route in the Andes has 29 dramatic curves? This section winds through the mountain with extremely tight turns that challenge any driver. It is one of the most photographed roads in South America due to its spectacular layout seen from above. It connects Argentina with Chile, crossing one of the most impressive landscapes on the continent. Did you know that in China there are massive cemeteries of abandoned bicycles? Millions of shared bikes were left in the streets and squares, creating mountains of unused units. What began as an innovative transportation system created a massive accumulation problem. Aerial images show how overproduction can turn a good idea into a disaster. Did you know that at minus 321 degrees Fahrenheit, an object can levitate over a magnetic field? With liquid nitrogen, certain compounds become superconductors that exhibit quantum levitation. The object remains suspended in the air with no visible support. This phenomenon demonstrates principles of quantum physics in an absolutely spectacular visual way. Few people know that nacreous clouds form below minus 121 degrees Fahrenheit. They display bright colors because they are made of spherical crystals about 10 microns in size. They are observed in polar regions and can be associated with strong storms in the troposphere. And they are one of the most beautiful and rare meteorological phenomena on the planet. It turns out there is a robot that tries to imitate the human voice by singing. It is called motor mouth and uses mechanical parts that simulate lips, tongue, and vocal cords. The result is an unsettling mix between human and artificial. Although its appearance is strange, it is a fascinating technological project that has captured the attention of millions online. What few people know is that a robot can place 500 bricks per hour. The Hadrian X from the company FBR builds houses in a matter of days, installing bricks with millimeter precision. It has already shown examples in Australia of what it can achieve. It promises to revolutionize construction by reducing time costs and the need for labor in repetitive tasks. You will be surprised to know that the highest cafe in the world is suspended about 919 feet above a canyon. It is located above the Dashbashi Canyon in Georgia and is accessed by a walkway with views of waterfalls and caves. Having a coffee while looking at an abyss of that depth mixes adrenaline with calm. It is an experience you will not find anywhere else on the planet. Not everyone knows that the gate to heaven in China is a natural arch about 430 feet tall. It is on Tianmen Mountain and is more than 1,000 years old. According to legend, it is where the gods meet the mortal world. Clouds often surround it, creating a truly celestial image that attracts thousands of visitors each year. You may not know it, but tarsiers can rotate their heads almost 180 degrees. When they have the largest eyes relative to body size of all mammals fixed to the skull without the ability to move them. Their vision allows them to see in the dark as if it were daylight. They are tiny nocturnal primates from Southeast Asia with an appearance that mixes cute and unsettling. It is hard to believe, but the Bornean peacock pheasant is one of the hardest birds to see in the wild. It lives only in the lowland jungles of Borneo, being an endemic species. It is recognized by its dark plumage with metallic reflections, blue face, and white legs. It is threatened by habitat loss, making each sighting truly special. You may not know it, but a company in Iceland offers you a horse to answer your emails. The initiative Outsource Your Email built a giant keyboard for horses to walk on, and the animals generate automatic replies by stepping on the keys while roaming freely. It is a creative idea so workers can disconnect during their vacations without worrying about their inbox. Did you know that there is a car only about 8 inches tall that holds a Guinness record? The Italian team Carmageddon presented this tiny vehicle and achieved the title of the lowest car in the world. Despite its ridiculous size, it is fully functional and can move on streets. It is an example of engineering taken to the extreme just for the sake of breaking a record. It may seem unbelievable, but land diving is the ancestral precursor of bungee jumping. On Pentecost Island, men jump from wooden towers about 98 feet high with vines tied to their ankles. It is a ritual related to the fertility of the land that is centuries old. When, unlike modern bungee jumping, there is no elastic safety, and the ritual often ends with injuries. You will not believe this, but there is a modified military Hummer with 6 wheels and a muscle car engine. It has air suspension, heavy-duty shock absorbers, and an extended chassis with a massive rear wing over the last axle. It was fitted with a supercharged V8 engine with 717 horsepower. It is the same engine used in the Dodge Challenger Hellcat, turning it into a spectacular machine. It sounds like science fiction, but Malay Kam is a sport born in India about 9 centuries ago. It is based on performing an acrobatic routine using a pole about 8.5 feet tall as the axis. Practitioners must climb and perform impressive poses demonstrating strength, balance, and skill. It is considered one of the oldest and most challenging gymnastic sports in the world. Believe it or not, Samsung created a speaker disguised as a decorative frame. The music frame is a square piece that allows replacing the front image with any artwork. Behind it, there are 2 woofers, 2 tweeters, and 2 mid-range drivers. In other words, it is a powerful speaker disguised as something that does not look like a speaker at all. This will blow your mind. The male mandarin duck is considered one of the most beautiful animals in the world. Its head is full of colorful feathers with orange, green, purple, and white tones in an extraordinarily striking plumage. Females, on the other hand, have muted colors, making the contrast between them remarkable. It is native to East Asia and lives near lakes and rivers. On here is an incredible fact. There is a bridge in Vietnam held up by two enormous stone hands. The Golden Bridge in Da Nang is a walkway about 492 feet long that rises about 3,281 feet above sea level. Inaugurated in June 2018, it instantly became one of the most viral images in the world. Its impressive views and unique design attract millions of tourists every year. There's a fascinating fact: Ramsey hummingbird is one of the most dazzling when seen in good light. Also known as the rainbow thornbill, it measures between about 4 and 5 inches in length. Its feathers reflect an incredible variety of iridescent colors that change depending on the angle of the light. It lives in the cloud forests of the Andes and is a jewel of South American biodiversity. Get ready for this. LG created the first fully transparent 77-inch OLED television. The LG Signature T allows you to see images on the screen and at the same time what is behind it. When it is turned off, it looks simply like glass. It is a technological revolution that completely changes how we think about televisions and their integration into the home. Let me tell you something amazing. There is an OLED television that sticks to a window with suction cups and is completely wireless. The displaced TV has no cables of any kind and attaches to any glass surface. The idea is that the user can place it wherever they want without fixed installation. It represents a leap toward a future where electronic devices integrate invisibly into our spaces. Did you know that in Utah, they have been restocking lakes for decades by dropping fish from airplanes? They use this technique because many lakes are inaccessible by road. The fish are released from low-flying planes and fall into the water safely. It is the most efficient method to ensure the survival of aquatic populations in remote areas where natural reproduction is not enough. Curious fact: a YouTuber built an exoskeleton so snakes can walk again. Alan Pan designed a robotic device that allows snakes to move using 4 artificial legs. The result is both fascinating and unsettling as it transforms reptiles into quadrupedal creatures. The video went viral and sparked debates about the limits between creativity and science. Pay attention to this. The famous Lego house in Denmark was designed by architect Bjarke Ingels. The Lego house in Billund includes giant multicolored dinosaurs built from Lego pieces and a museum about the company history. The company was founded a few yards from that location in 1932. It is a must-visit destination for fans of the most famous building blocks in the world. This is impressive. Bridal veil stinkhorn mushrooms have a truly spectacular appearance. They are characterized by a remarkable net-like veil that hangs from the cap like natural lace. They produce a brown substance with a foul smell to attract flies that spread their spores. They appear in soils rich in organic matter alone or in small groups, and seeing them is quite an event. What's something very few people know: Bodo Taushi is a brutal game practiced in Japanese schools. 2 teams of 75 people each fight to knock down or defend a vertical pole. The rules are simple, and almost anything goes: pushing, kicking, and even slapping. Despite its intensity, it is a very popular tradition in school festivals in Japan. This will impress you. There is a kinetic toy that changes from a pine cone to a propeller with a twist to the wrist. Its creator, John Edmark, translated concepts like Fibonacci numbers and the golden ratio into a physical object. The helicone, as it is called, transforms one natural form into another in an instant. It is a perfect demonstration of the connection between mathematics and the beauty of nature. Can you believe that the great hornbill has a yellow casque on top of its beak that makes it unmistakable? It measures between about 3 and 3.3 feet in length and can weigh between about 4 and 9 pounds. Its body is mostly black with a white abdomen and neck. It is one of the most spectacular birds in Southeast Asia, and unfortunately, it is threatened by habitat loss. Did you know that the orchid mantis has such perfect camouflage that it is invisible to its prey? This insect precisely mimics the petals of an orchid, deceiving other insects that approach thinking it is a real flower. When the prey is close enough, the mantis attacks with lightning speed. It is one of the most beautiful and deadly predators in the insect world. Wait, did you know that in the Vietnamese province of Son La, there is the longest glass bridge in the world? It is more than 1,968 feet long, and walking across it offers an experience that mixes vertigo and amazement. Visitors can see the void beneath their feet through the transparent floor. It is one of the boldest structures of modern engineering in Southeast Asia. Did you know that there is a first flying motorcycle called the Hoverbike X Turismo? It has a top speed of about 62 miles per hour and can fly for up to 40 minutes. It was created by the Japanese company AR Winds Technologies. Although it is still an extremely expensive niche product, it represents the first real step toward personal air transportation of the future. Few people know that the Falkirk Wheel in Scotland is a giant rotating structure that transfers boats from one canal to another. This rotating boat lift connects the Forth and Clyde Canal with the Union Canal. It is the only structure of its kind in the world and works by lifting vessels with a circular motion. It is an engineering marvel that combines transport and design in a spectacular way. It turns out there is a professional championship for making beds. There are competitions where participants compete to make a bed as fast and perfectly as possible. Speed, the precision of the folds, and the final finish are evaluated. What for many is the most mundane task of the day for these competitors is a serious discipline with strict rules. What few people know is that a Sherpa carried an unconscious climber down from Everest for 6 hours. Ishgelje Sherpa found him without oxygen and practically dead gave him oxygen, put him on his back and walked downhill without stopping until he saved him. A physical and mental feat that demonstrates the incredible endurance and solidarity of Himalayan Sherpas. You will be surprised to know that there is a roller coaster where you ride standing as if you were surfing. It is located at SeaWorld in Orlando and is the first of its kind in the world. Riders experience the sensation of surfing a wave while going through the ups and downs of the track. It is a unique experience that combines adrenaline with the feeling of being on a board. Not everyone knows that dolphins play with bubble rings as if they were toys. They create rings of air underwater and then manipulate them with precision, moving them and changing their shape. This behavior demonstrates their extraordinary intelligence and ability to entertain themselves. We increasingly understand why they are recognized as one of the most intelligent species on the planet. You may not know it, but a hotel in Hanoi is completely covered in 24-karat gold. The Dolce Hanoi Golden Lake has bathtub spoons and even the pool coated in gold. It is a 5-star hotel that creates an opulent atmosphere taken to the extreme. It has become one of the most extravagant and luxurious establishments in the entire world. It is hard to believe, but illustrator Pietro Cataldella brings his art into real life in an incredible way. He draws on sheets of paper and positions them in front of real landscapes or buildings, creating the illusion that the drawing interacts with the environment. The result is a curious and fun mix between illustration and photography. His works have gone viral on social media. You may not know it, but the double-crested cormorant has eyes like diamonds and a bright blue mouth. It is one of the rarest and most beautiful seabirds in the world. During breeding season, the colors of its face intensify to attract a mate. Its exotic appearance and elegance in the water make it a fascinating species for birdwatchers. Did you know that there is a robotic arm with artificial muscles powered by water? It consumes only 200 watts and is capable of lifting a dumbbell of about 15 pounds, imitating the natural movements of the human arm. This technology promises to revolutionize robotics by creating lighter and more efficient machines. It is an important step toward robots that move like us. Jonas, you will not believe this, but ice caves in Iceland look like they are from another planet. They form inside glaciers when meltwater creates tunnels beneath the ice. The walls shine in blue and transparent tones, creating an unreal landscape. They are temporary because they constantly change with glacier movement and weather, making each visit unique. It sounds like science fiction, but Roman Boutin transforms ordinary coins into pieces with hidden mechanisms. This Russian artist creates coins that reveal hidden figures or compartments when rotated. The technical complexity is enormous given the tiny size of each piece. His creations are true miniature works of art that collectors pay thousands of dollars to obtain. Believe it or not, there is a glass viewpoint with waterfalls and 2,000 lights at about 1,640 feet high. The Zhangjiajie Skywalk in China offers an experience that combines vertigo and natural beauty. Visitors walk on transparent panels with direct views into the abyss. At night, the lights transform the place into a spectacle that attracts tourists from all over the world. Here is an incredible fact: the Asian paradise flycatcher has feathers that flow like ribbons when flying. Males have long central tail feathers that make them unmistakable. Some populations have black and rufous plumage, while others are completely white. This variation makes them one of the most admired birds by ornithologists around the world. And there is a fascinating fact: the largest glass observation platform in the world has about 7,708 square feet. It measures about 410 feet long and 253 feet wide with 2 levels. It offers experiences such as bungee jumping and cliff hiking, as well as impressive panoramic views. It is a bold engineering structure that challenges anyone's fear of heights. Let me tell you something amazing: a 3-dimensional printed falcon can fly by remote control. The flame print falcon can move its tail in all directions and has a mechanism that extends the feathers when the elevator is activated. This allows the artificial bird to be controlled like a real one. It is an impressive example of how 3D printing is revolutionizing the world of unmanned aerial vehicles. It may sound completely unbelievable, but an Arctic walrus once fell asleep on an iceberg and eventually woke up on the shores of Ireland. That was the hypothesis proposed by marine biologist Kevin Flannery, director of the Ocean World Aquarium in Dingle, after the animal appeared floating near Valentia Island. The most surprising part is that it was discovered by a 5-year-old girl while she was walking along the coast with her parents. Another theory suggests the walrus traveled in search of food or to find a mate. Meet the rockhopper penguin, an animal with a truly funny appearance. It lives at the southern tip of South America, and most of its body is black, including its flippers. Its most distinctive feature is a bright yellow crest that has earned it the nickname Punk Penguin. It can dive up to 328 feet deep for several minutes while hunting. You have probably already seen it in several animated movies where it appears as a character. There is a lake so acidic that it could dissolve a person in a matter of hours. It is called Kawah Ijen, and it sits inside the crater of a volcano on the island of Java in Indonesia. Its sulfurous gases are extremely toxic, so getting close would be a serious health risk. If someone were to fall into its waters, the skin would burn in just a few seconds, and within 12 to 48 hours, there would be no trace of the body left. Have you heard of the Hen Na Hotel in Japan? It is a place run entirely by rather unusual robots. The word hen means strange in Japanese, so the name already gives you a clue about what you will find. The receptionists are 2 velociraptors that speak several languages. The cleaning staff are robotic vacuum machines, and even the fish in the aquarium are robotic. If you decide to visit, keep in mind that you will never be attended by a human being. These incredible Nike sneakers can be put on and taken off without using your hands. They are the Go Fly Ease model, and they work thanks to a hinge and an elastic tension band around the sole. You simply slip your foot in and press down slightly, and they close automatically. To take them off, you just step on a small bump located at the back of the shoe. A design created for total comfort without tying or untying any laces. Did you know that some fish can change their sex during their lifetime? Just as it sounds, there are about 500 species known to have this ability. Some can change from female to male in only 1 week, turning their ovaries into fully functional testicles. This usually happens when the dominant male disappears from the group and the largest female takes its place. The transformation can also happen in the opposite direction when a female is needed. The cave of the Mutinovsky volcano in Russia is one of the most incredible natural scenes on Earth. It is located on the Kamchatka Peninsula, and the interior has a very curious appearance similar to a giant brain or a long road made of clouds. These amazing formations were created by streams of water coming from hot springs of the volcano. When the liquid flows between the glaciers, it carves out these strange pathways that look like something from another planet. A koala once caused a multi-vehicle accident in Australia when 6 drivers suddenly braked and maneuvered to avoid hitting it. The small marsupial had been wandering along a highway in the city of Adelaide. Luckily, none of the drivers were injured in the incident. In the end, a woman caught the koala and placed it inside her car, and the little animal quickly posed behind the steering wheel with a guilty-looking face, giving us a memorable photo. Can you imagine crossing a bridge with a completely transparent glass floor? The Zhangjiajie Glass Bridge is located in the Chinese province of Hunan, and its name means Bridge of Brave Men. It is the first suspension bridge in the world with a transparent floor. Originally, it had a wooden floor, but in the year 2014, the first glass section was opened using panels that are about 1 inch thick. Many visitors experience panic attacks halfway across and need some time to recover. Meet the capybara, one of the friendliest animals in the entire world. What makes it special is its ability to form relationships with almost any species, from turtles and crocodiles to ducks, monkeys, and birds. It is a very calm animal and an excellent swimmer. So many jungle companions climb on top of it to use it as transportation, creating an adorable scene that has gone viral on social media. There is a portable printer that can print designs onto almost any surface. It is called Print Cube, and it is manufactured by the American company OCUP Teams. The device works with Wi-Fi, so you can use your phone to upload the design you want to print. Despite its tiny size, it can print up to 415 sheets of paper with a single cartridge. It is an ideal tool for anyone who wants to customize objects quickly. Did you know that the horns of rhinoceroses are not made of bone? In reality, they are composed of keratin, the same substance that forms hair in many other species. Unfortunately, poachers have pushed this animal toward critical endangerment because of the demand for its horns, which can sell for about $6,000 per kilogram. It is a sad reality that threatens to wipe out one of the most impressive creatures on the planet. In a restaurant in Tokyo, Japan, they serve sushi dishes created with 3-dimensional printing. The place is called Sushi Singularity, and the goal of its unusual preparation method is to adapt meals to the nutritional and health needs of each guest. Anyone who wants to eat there must send biological samples when making a reservation. Without a doubt, it is a dining experience that sounds like science fiction, but already exists in real life. Kangaroo rats have an incredible ability to escape from predators. Their long legs allow them to leap high enough to avoid even rattlesnakes. What is most impressive is the speed of their reflexes, because they react in less than half the time it takes for a human eye to blink. Some researchers believe their large ears allow them to detect the slightest movement from attackers before making their life-saving jump. In the year 2019, an American farmer harvested a giant pumpkin weighing about 882 pounds and decided to turn it into a kind of kayak. His name is Justin and he personally carved this unusual little boat. Apparently, Justin bought a special seed from a pumpkin that had set a record the previous year by weighing about 1,700 pounds. It is definitely the work of someone with a very unusual creativity. Let me introduce you to Simba, the first lion cub conceived through artificial insemination. This extraordinary event happened at the Singapore Zoo, and it surprised the scientific community. The baby lion was named in honor of the famous character from the movie The Lion King. His birth was celebrated around the world because lion populations have declined significantly in recent years. Scientists hope he will grow up strong and healthy. Did you know that there is an electronic mask capable of purifying the air? It is called PuriCare, and it is manufactured by the technology brand LG. It has 2 filters that keep the air clean and fresh inside, using fans to manage the cycle of inhaled and exhaled air. Its battery offers 8 hours of operation in low mode and 2 hours in high mode. The design is ergonomic and fits perfectly on the face to prevent leaks around the nose and chin. Look at these long exposure photographs that transform rock formations into incredible rainbows. They are created by the climbing artist Luke Rasmussen, better known as Pit Look Photos. To achieve these images, he attaches LED lights to his body and leaves the shutter of his camera open. Then he climbs up and down the rock formations quickly to create a smooth movement of colorful trails produced by the lights. This is how the mechanical shark from the movie Jaws was built in the year 1975. The film became extremely famous and is now considered a classic of cinema. Because it was impossible to film a real shark, and at that time there was no CGI or computers capable of generating digital effects, the production team had to carry out a massive mechanical engineering effort to create this impressive, articulated animal that terrified an entire generation. White Converse sneakers that change color when exposed to sunlight are called Chuck 70 and were created in collaboration with the brand Chinatown Market. It was a limited edition collection released to the market in the year 2019. The ultraviolet technology in the materials causes the shoes to react to sunlight by changing their color tone. However, if the exposure lasts more than 8 hours, they will no longer return to their original white color. There is a pond in Japan that looks like it came straight out of a horror movie. It is located on the island of Beppu, and its striking red color is caused by the high concentration of iron oxide in the water. In addition, the temperature ranges from 122 to 194 degrees Fahrenheit, making it an extremely dangerous place. Because of this, it is completely forbidden to dip even a single foot into this small blood-colored pond. Would you dare to try skijoring? It is a winter sport where people ski alongside animals such as dogs or horses. The animals basically pull the skier forward, using their movement like a motor. Although it is not very popular, it managed to appear as a demonstration sport at the St. Moritz Winter Olympic Games in the year 1928. It is an activity that combines adrenaline and teamwork with our furry companions. Meet Rachel Marks, a student who managed to develop a method for printing photos on algae. This neuroscience student took experimental photography to another level by using a technique that blocks light in certain areas of the algae. During photosynthesis, the plants take on a different color in the blocked areas, creating clear images in different shades of green. It is a printing method that surprisingly merges art, science, and nature. A student named Carrot May invented amazing solar panels made from food waste. His system is called Eurus, and it is designed to store solar energy even on cloudy days. These panels operate using agricultural waste and can transform ultraviolet light into clean electricity with up to 12 hours of operation. May hopes his invention will become popular and help more people in the fight against climate change. Did you know that a train passes through a soccer stadium during matches in Slovakia? This happens in the small city of Černý Bělog, whose stadium has railway tracks between the stands and the field. This unusual feature exists because the stadium was built after the train had stopped operating. However, 10 years later, the railway was reactivated as a tourist attraction, and now it must cross the stadium to continue its route. Discover the Rayon Pocket, an air conditioner that you can carry anywhere. It is an unusual creation by the brand Sony. It is a portable device about the size of a credit card that is placed on the back just below the neck using a special shirt. This device can lower the temperature by about 23 degrees Fahrenheit on hot days, or raise it by about 14 degrees during cold days. All the climate control you need in a tiny device. These are the sculptures called Čertoví hlavy, also known as the devil heads, located in the Czech Republic. Each one measures about 29 feet in height, making them the second largest carved heads in the world, only behind those of Mount Rushmore in the United States. They were sculpted in sandstone by the Czech artist Václav Levy between the years 1841 and 1846. It is a monumental work that very few people know about. This life-saving shirt was created for athletes who practice extreme activities. It is called Hilo, and it was manufactured by the company Exos with the goal of reducing the risk of serious injuries. It reduces acceleration and rotation forces on the head by 46%, protecting the spine and the skull. It also has a device on the neck called Smart Card that helps correct posture and prevent muscle fatigue. Cyberfishing is a device that helps you fish in a smarter way. It is a sensor that attaches to your fishing rod to provide better control during the activity. The device connects to an application that records everything that happens during the fishing process. In addition, the location, temperature, and time are displayed on an LED screen. With this information, it is possible to create statistics and improve with every fishing trip. Fontis is an impressive water bottle that refills itself completely. This device can transform moisture from the air into drinking water using a solar panel and a thermal system based on the principle of condensation. It does this quite quickly, and it is designed to easily attach to a bicycle. While cyclists pedal, this small machine works to generate clean drinking water ready to consume. Can you imagine a device that creates decorative holograms that look very real? It is called Looking Glass Portrait, and it is essentially a screen that allows you to create holograms and display them continuously. It was launched by Looking Glass Factory, a group of inventors inspired by the fantasy of futuristic movies. On this screen, you can create personal designs or upload photographs that will appear as three-dimensional holograms. The Slash Pro is a vest that protects you from multiple types of attacks. It was created by the company PPSS Group, and as shown in their videos, it is extremely resistant. It is designed to be worn with all kinds of clothing, such as shirts, vests, and sweaters. The most surprising part is that the director of the company himself participates as the test subject in product demonstrations, allowing himself to be attacked to prove the effectiveness of the design. Disney princesses were reimagined as Renaissance paintings by the Thai designer Diamond Sharp Sutil Ku. Despite the artistic style of the 15th century, the spirit of these famous characters can still be recognized. Each piece manages to capture the essence of the princesses with a classical elegance that has fascinated thousands of people on social media. It is a striking combination of two completely different worlds. Look at this incredible glass that looks like an ocean wave crashing against rocks. It measures about 15 inches tall and has a diameter of about 7 inches. It was created by the American artists Paul de Soma and Marshall Blaker. Both live in Hawaii and were inspired by the ocean to create this impressive piece. They worked together at Volcano Art Glass School and have produced several artworks in collaboration. The largest light and sound show ever performed on a single building took place on the Burj Khalifa Tower in Dubai. It was the Live Up 2018 event held during the New Year celebrations. The show covered about 1,173,000 square feet of surface on this massive building. Millions of people around the world were able to watch this record-breaking spectacle that combined technology and lighting on an unprecedented scale. Would you like to wake up to the smell of freshly brewed coffee without leaving your bed? The Barrissure 2.0 is an unusual alarm clock with a built-in coffee maker. It is a product from the brand Joy Resolve created by the British designer Joshua Renouf. In addition to preparing a cup of tea or coffee at the scheduled time, it also offers wireless charging options for your phone. You can choose the exact moment the drink will be served so it is ready when you wake up. Mimi Choi is a makeup artist with an incredible talent for turning parts of her body into optical illusions. She can paint all kinds of shapes on her arms, legs, or face, creating visual effects that completely trick the eye. Her drawings of food are extremely realistic, and her most complex creations have left thousands of people amazed on social media. Her work shows that the human body can become the perfect canvas. A group of Mexican designers from Aldeca Studio created the prototype of a small racing car based on a Volkswagen Beetle. They used the fender's headlights and turn signals of the iconic vehicle to design an elegant sports-style body. Unfortunately for now, only digital images exist because the project has not yet reached the production phase. However, the team assures that it will be fully functional and ready in the near future. The Shimano Ceramic Speed Driven is an innovative bicycle that does not use a chain. It was presented by the company Ceramic Speed and promises to be a revolution in the world of cycling. It uses a gear system that transmits force from the pedals directly to the speed changes, replacing the conventional chain system. This helps reduce friction and mechanical failures, making the motion more efficient and allowing riders to go faster with less effort. Hosh, did you know that friction welding works without the need for additional material? The rotation of one piece against another while under pressure generates so much heat that it plasticizes the metal at the contact area. The two surfaces fuse without fully melting, creating an extremely strong bond. It is a clean and efficient technique used in the aerospace and automotive industries. And with this, we reach the end of this video. Give it a like, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on the bell so you do not miss a single curious fact from Zarpado.